Chapter 6 Propose Marriage. Orange is a little silly, but sometimes she is also smart. Mother gave all the money she had saved to Master, so Master accepted Orange's dowry and promised to be her husband. Orange sat on the swing in the yard, swaying slowly while looking at the man who was chopping woods. Master's skin is a little dark, but he looks good, especially when he shoots arrows with his bow. He exudes an aura that fascinates Orange. Orange shouted, "Master, let me be your wife." Clave. ᎢℋᎪNＮ shook his hand, and the axe was chopped in the wrong place. He calmed his breath and frowned. "Don't talk nonsense. I'm your master, a teacher one day and a father for life." The next day, ᎢℋᎪNN brought Orange to the town and bought her some floral dresses. She shouldn't stay at his house anymore. He had to make plans for Orange earlier. Orange was changing clothes inside. He stood at the door of the clothes shop, bored looking at the passing pedestrians. "Master, do I look good like this?" A shy and sweet female voice came to his ears. He turned around in surprise, and he was suddenly speechless. Orange was wearing a long pink dress, with a pair of buns on her head, bright eyes and white teeth, and a charming smile. It turns out that the apprentice looks so good in women's clothes. ᎢℋᎪNN's heart was beating uncontrollably, and he explained himself as happy. He should have let Orange marry as soon as possible. He especially took Orange around the village. Then went to the matchmaker's house. The matchmaker Huang took Orange's hand, looked her up and down, and nodded. "Yes, not bad. She is prettier than her mother's, even if, cough. Just wait, come to ask for marriage in a few days. There will be long queues of people." ᎢℋᎪNN imagines the scenes of countless young masters carrying gifts to propose marriage. Suddenly, his heart seemed to be blocked, and he felt bored. Orange bit her lip and stood between Master and the matchmaker. Orange didn't want to leave Master, but Master insisted on marrying Orange off. If Orange were disobedient, Master would be angry. Orange didn't want to make Master angry. ᎢℋᎪNN doesn't know whether it was the beauty of Orange that touched the hearts of the villagers, or whether it was the skill of the matchmaker Huang. Many people came to the door the next day. Orange sat inside the room, while ᎢℋᎪNN received guests in the kitchen. Before dawn, Butcher Zhang came with a scar on his face. He threw half a piece of pork on the cutting board of ᎢℋᎪNN's house and shouted, "ᎢℋᎪNN, marry your apprentice to me. I promise to let her eat and drink spicy food." As he spoke, he picked his nostrils with his fingers. ᎢℋᎪNN frowned in disgust. This man is over 30, and he often drinks and beats people. If Orange gets married to him, she will be bullies. So he raised his hand to say no and returned the gift. At noon, the only scholar in the village came. He gave a folding fan with his poem in his hands, shook his head and said, "To the fair lady, I will be good to her. The youngest student loves the lady. Please complete it." ᎢℋᎪNN looked at the thin young talent who only reached his chest. Then sent the person out without saying a word. He has no meat all over his body. How can he protect Orange from the wind and rain in the future? At dusk, the village chief came. His hair was gray, his hands were behind his back, and he said solemnly, "I have an unusual relationship with her mother. Now I take care of Orange for her. Of course, let her be my 8th concubine." ᎢℋᎪNN directly gave him an iron fist. In the evening, ᎢℋᎪNN, ᎢℋᎪNN's friend came. Orange just came out to drink water. Glancing at ᎢℋᎪNN, she was stunned and staring at him intently. ᎢℋᎪNN is 18 years old, charming and gentle. He gracefully bowed to Orange, then to Master. "Sue is not talented. Will you be willing to let me marry Orange as my wife? She will be my only wife for a lifetime." His voice was so good. Orange was so fascinated by his voice that she forgot to go back into the house. ᎢℋᎪNN's face was sinking like water. He couldn't pick out ᎢℋᎪNN's fault, so he was even angrier. Orange is his apprentice. Why should he give it to him as his wife? He was speechless for a while. Seeing Orange still looking at Su Fenggying, he couldn't help but ask, "Orange, are you willing to marry him?" Orange glanced at him timidly, lowered her head and said, "It's up to Master to decide." End of chapter 6.